Welcome back to the Gran Turismo Online League. We are back after a little mid-season break, and we are ready to go racing here tonight with the Gr.2 cars here at the beautiful Watkins Glen GP circuit here, nestled in the mountains of northern New York. It's going to be an excellent race here tonight. We have a slammed packed field here tonight, back-to-back racing weeks of a packed field stacked to the limit. It is bound to be an amazing event here tonight. Hope you all had an amazing Easter, and we are back and ready to go racing. Qualifying just ended a few minutes ago. Gavin Morrison won the pole once again, so let's catch up with tonight's pole sitter, Gavin Morrison, and see how he is feeling going into this race. What's up, Gavin? Another pole position for you on the season in a tight points battle with Javen Tucker, but you did choose to do the invert. So what's your kind of thoughts behind that, and how you feeling about the night?
Feeling great. At the moment, we are 2 points off the championship lead, depending on how the race finishes.
Well, congratulations on the pole position.
I've been told I've been quiet. I'm sorry.
It's all right. But congratulations on another pole position. I'm looking forward to see what you do during the race. But yeah, we did get the invert here tonight. So the starting lineup on the right-hand side of your screen you see is from that invert. Now, the way that rule does work, since we implemented it last week, is the pole sitter chooses so they can take the 1 point and keep their starting lineup. Lineup would stay the same. Or they can choose to invert the field. They will start from the back, but they will get 5 bonus points. So look at the starting lineup. You get Braxton Marshall starting on the new pole position. Isaiah Smith, P2 driver of the day. P3 will be Peter Braxton. P4, Board Wharton. P5, Crossout Birdie. P6, Dante Corrado. P7, Jack McKevitt. P8 will be Landon Beach. P9, a newcomer, Yatman, his first race here in the GTO Online League. Magic Slinky Eye Clockman, P10. P11, Colin McKevitt. P12 will be David Pinkston Jr., P13, Javen Tucker, and P14 will be Gavin Morrison, the actual pole sitter, and a P15 will be another newcomer, Mr. Smith, who did not qualify the car, and he will roll off in the back of the pack. But let's talk to tonight's second place starter, or would have been second place starter. Let's see, and points leader, let's see if we can dial up Javen Tucker and talk to him before we get this thing underway. What's up, Javen? How you feeling? We're rolling off P2, but Gavin Morrison chose the invert, so you got some work to do, but how you feeling?
Well, you know, we love the invert. It's always fun, but I'm not going to lie, Miles, I'm stressed. I'm stressing out here. Blam is booing me right now. I know what makes him cheer, so it doesn't make any difference to me.
Well, as the fans normally do with a driver like you, but how you feeling about your points lead? Still with a tight battle with Gavin Morrison. So how you feeling about your championship chances so far this season?
Honestly, Miles, I've got no idea what the gap is because it's been so long since we've raced, so this is all fresh start for me.
Well, we'll take a look at it later, but good luck during the race here tonight.
Thank you.
Now let's talk to one more driver. Let's talk to the pole sitter after the invert. Let's talk to Braxton Marshall, the current leader of the Rookie of the Year standings. What's up, Braxton? Rolling off P1 for back-to-back weeks after catching the invert just right. So how you feeling about wheeling that car from the front of the pack to start this thing?
Miles, I'm not going to lie to you. It's getting really... It's really demoralizing being in this position week after week after week. Every time they decide to invert it, now I'm number one. Everyone's cheering for me, so that makes me happy, but I'm just going to go out here and give it all I can, you know? So we'll see, Miles. But I appreciate you checking in with me, but I'm not confident.
Well, congratulations on the pole position after the invert. But you are the leader in the Rookie of the Year standing, so congrats on that. Good luck here tonight. And we are going to go ahead and get this thing going here. 15 drivers ready to make their mark in another GTO event here at Watkins Glen. 30 laps to decide it all. Who will get it done here in the Grade 2s at one of the most famous circuits in the United States? They're going to be battling track and car along. There it is, a little rabbit sitting in the grass there as the cars roar past under practice. But here we are. The cars are lined up on the grid, ready to go. Braxton Marshall, Isaiah Smith, Peter Braxton, Board Wharton, Crossout Birdie, make up your top 5. Ready to go out of here. We're back, baby, and we are ready to get this thing ripping here at the Glen. And the lights are out. We are Grade 2 racing at the Glen. Some tires spinning back there in the pack. 3, 4, maybe 5 wide there in the middle of the pack as they roar down into turn number 1. Oh, we got a spinner. Braxton Marshall's around. A big incident. He whips it around and saves it, though, and keeps going in 12th place. An excellent save by Braxton Marshall. Up the hill, Board Wharton takes the lead. The Caterpillar car out front. They work their way up the S's for the first time down the back straightaway. Pushing and shoving, jockeying for positions into the bus stop. Will everyone get through here clean? Lot of contact between a lot of drivers in the grass. Gavin Morrison across Alberti. Gavin Morrison up 10 spots already from the start of this race. Here they come onto the boot. Downhill onto the boot. A newer section of this racetrack. We have not raced this yet in a GTO sanctioned event. Here they come down the hill into the hairpin. Very difficult corner here. Board Wharton still hanging on to the lead. But he's got Dante Corrado nipping at the heels. Landon Beach has made his way from the back. Oh, we got some contact back there between Gavin Morrison and a couple other drivers. Everyone able to keep it straight through a 3-4 car battle here for P number 6. They come off the corner. Some more contact there. A gaggle of cars all together here. Morrison's going to slide to the inside across Upbury. Maybe a little contact there between the two. Here they come off the final turn. Yatman looking for a spot here against Isaiah Smith for the P7 spot. Couple drivers taking it side by side down the turn number 1. Ooh, James Tucker gets forced wide. He saves it though. But back up front, one of the guys on the move. These two in 3 and 4. Landon Beach and Gavin Morrison, they have made their presence known. They have raced maybe up to upwards of 10 spots up already in only 2 laps into this event. Board Wharton continues to lead in the Caterpillar skid steer cars to make their way through the carousel onto the S's. Or the boot battle here going on between Mr. Smith for a P8. Mag Clockman slips off the track just a little bit. Some rear end damage there from Ike Clockman. A couple drivers getting loose there. Jack McKevitt, Mr. Smith, Jamin Tucker all battling hard for this P9 spot. As Board Wharton has started to pull away a little bit. He has about a 1.3 second advantage. Utilizing those racing soft tires. Dante Corrado P2, Landon Beach P3. On back in the pack, got a pass going on. Javen Tucker looking to make a move on the Jack McKevitt Newport car. McKevitt slides in front of him, completes the pass, stays ahead of Tucker for now. Down the front straightaway, though, it looks like Javen Tucker's going to try to make a move down in the turn number 1. Here he comes, side by side, down in the turn 1. Tucker able to complete the pass. Will Jack McKevitt look to make a move back at him? Not quite able to get there. Tucker up into the 8th spot. 3 wide there for a moment. Got a battle going on between Mr. Smith, Colin McKevitt, and Dave Pinkston Jr. Dave Pinkston Jr. was going to roll off 3 or 3rd before the invert, but he's stuck back here outside of the top 10. Meanwhile, up front, not too much has changed. Dante Corrado is starting to run down. Board Wharton, though. Board Wharton running on softs right now. About a half a second advantage for the 2. You have an Audi leading, an NSX, a P2, P3, a Nissan. So a variety of cars up front right now. Still very, very early in this race. Only a 10th of the way into this thing. As you see Landon Beach got a little loose off of there. Tucker has made a pass up this. Ooh, got a really loose car back there in the back. I believe that is Yatman there for P12. Now battling between Mr. Smith and Isaiah Smith there. Lead back up to about a second there Between the two, we got a pass going on for P4. Oh, some left front damage to the front end of Landon Beach's car. That's going to hurt him going down the straightaway. He probably got in the wall in turn number 1, if I'm not mistaken, but Gavin Morrison is on the way. Purple sector going up the hill. And he is on a mission, starting to shave off some time on that second place car of Dante Corrado. Battle's heating up for P4 now. Take a look on back. Landon Beach has his hand full with Cross Alberti. Alberti looking to get a good points finish here tonight, stay in championship contention. As a lot of these drivers at this point of the season are starting to fall out of championship condition, just become mathematically ineligible for winning the championship. Good battle goes on there for P4. Making our way back on pack. David Tucker still P7, the current points leader. Starting to spread out just a little bit up front. There's still a long, long way to go here. Up the hill we go. We got a battle going on for P4 still. And the Beach still has a rear view mirror full of cross-out birdies. We take a look from the rear bumper camera of the Beach machine. Mostly spread out now throughout the pack. Maybe a couple of little battles going on here and there. Battle for the lead, though. Here we go. 0.3 of a second. Those softs starting to wear out a little bit on board Wharton. And those mediums starting to come into their own for Dante Corrado. Board Wharton goes wide. Maybe a little contact there. Dante Corrado's all over him. This is bringing Gavin Morrison into the battle now. A 3-car battle for the lead. Here we go. 2 more turns to go here. Second to last corner. Corrado still nipping at the heels of Wharton. Onto the front straightaway they go. 3 cars closing in on that lead spot here. Clocking lap number 6 here at the Glen. Down in the turn number 1. Here they go, diving down. Dante Corrado starting to work on that 22 machine. He has been close. This is the closest he has been since the start of the race, but hasn't quite been able to get there to pass him. Catching him is one thing, passing him is another, but those softs starting to give way on that 22 car is definitely not helping Boardware now. Here they come through the bus stop. An excellent run from Dante Corrado. He sticks it to the outside. Around the outside of the carousel. New leader at the Glen. It's Dante Corrado. Corrado takes the lead away from Board Wharton. Real Board Wharton have anything to say from it, but man, he's got a rear view mirror full of Gavin Morrison now. Morrison looking to win yet another race this season. Would be 3 in a row if he can close it out here tonight or get it done. But still a lot of racing left to go. Yeah, a lot of those mediums starting to wear out pretty good. Or maybe already halfway gone. But those softs, especially of Board Wharton, those things, he's probably starting to feel some of that grip loss there. There he is sliding off of the corner. Side by side now for P2. Gavin Morrison clears up off of Board Wharton. He is ahead now in the P2. As Landon Beach is starting to close in on the 22 car. I wouldn't be surprised to see the 22 car try to pit here in the next couple laps. Get some fresh rubber on that machine. Yeah, there he is, the 22 car. First taker at pit road. Board Wharton brings that car into the service here. He's going to get 4 fresh racing tires and probably some fuel in that machine. First taker at pit stops here at the Glen. Catalyst pillar machines away. Yatman going to bring his car on pit road as well. A lot of these guys, now you got to pay attention, there is that mandatory tire compound change. These drivers will have to change between 2 different compounds at a time. But here we go. We got a battle going on here. Now, these two have a history. Javen Tucker, Crossout Birdie. These guys have been having a heated rivalry this season so far. Let's see how they will choose to race each other right here. Tucker did fall back just a little bit there. But if he's able to catch him again, what will happen? Will he be able to slip by him cleanly? Tucker's still up a good amount of positions from the start, but he has not been able to gain them like Gavin Morrison has. Couple car battle now here. David Pinkston Jr. trying to make a pass on the Jack McKevitt machine. McKevitt looking to get back at Javen Tucker here. Ooh, McKevitt made some contact there. Loses the front end. He's off the racetrack just a touch. Able to keep it back going straight. That opens the door for Pinkston Jr. to move up in the 7th. And he has his sights on the Javen Tucker machine. Gavin Morrison starting to close in on the leader up front of Corrado. Battle rages on back here for 6th. Good battle going on between the McKevitt boys for that 8th spot. Side by side up the hill. Well, these McKevitt guys, they love coming to races here at Watkins Glen. Love going to them races. Both of them enjoy doing racing photography. So it's cool to see him. What a move there from Jack. Going to the inside of the carousel. It's always cool to see these brothers, this little brother rivalry going at it on the racetrack here in GTO. Jack McKevitt looks like he gets the best of his brother for now. Moving back on up, Tucker still has a handful of Dan Pinkston Jr. Pinkston Jr. all over the rear end. As he looks to make a move to the inside. Pinkston Jr. trying to make a pass for that P6 spot. Can he do it though? Still just side by side. Tucker barely slips in behind him. Out of the boot they come. David Pinkston Jr. able to complete the pass up in the 6th spot. Up top, about a 0.5 of a second advantage. But man, Gavin Morrison is on his way. He has been tracking a lot faster laps. But man, fastest lap of the racetrack right now is a 1:32.5, and that came out of the Pinkston Jr. ride. He's back there in 6th, but he has been slowly but steadily making his way up through the pack. So is Ike Klockman. Take a look at Ike Klockman. He's up inside the top 5 pretty comfortably right now. He's battling back here for P3 actually. Klockman looking to make his way onto the podium. He's all over that Land and Beach machine. Now, Beach has been showing some excellent pace this weekend. Looks like we're going to be side by side going in the boot for P3. That's going to open the door for David Pinkston Jr. to get in on this battle, as we got a battle heating up for the top spot as well. Battles all over the racetrack here in the Grade 2 race. Up the hill toward the left-hander to exit the boot section. Ooh, we got a hell of a battle here for the lead. We don't know which one to watch. Dante Corrado trying to hold off Gavin Morrison. Both of them on pretty worn tires now. This will most likely be a 2-stop race. You don't see them. Probably won't have to stop but once for fuel, but tires will definitely be a 2-stop deal. Unless someone tries to chance it and goes to hards, which that'd be a hell of a strategy call if it were to happen. Land Beach able to hold off Ike Klockman. Crossout Birdie has made his way up in the 5th. Or has stayed in the 5th. Where's Javen Tucker? Looks like Tucker just pitted that machine. He has put racing softs on. Going to do a stint on the softs. That means he's cleared with his tire compound swap. Ooh, Braxton Marshall off the track. Hard damage to that front end of the car. He's okay and able to get that thing back to going, though. Mostly spread out now throughout the pack. couple of battles going on here and there. Battle for the lead rages on. I would not be surprised to see these guys come the pit road here directly. What would their tire compound change be? What will they choose to do? Is the real question. Working lap number 10 out of 30, about a third of the way through this event. Gavin Morrison has worked his way up from starting way back in 14th spot. And he's working on Gr.2 for the lead. Now, Tucker has been mired back in traffic. He did just pit that car. There goes Dante Gr.2. He's bringing his car into pit road. Here he comes to his crew. Gonna get 4 fresh racing tires. Cross out Birdie follows him on into pit road as well. See that beautiful machine getting some work. Couple of takers on pit road. That cycles Landon Beach up in the P2 and Ike Clockman into P3. Now, Ike Clockman and Landon Beach, they still have a decent amount of tire left. If they could stretch it long enough, you could possibly do a stint on hard tires and one-stop this race, but will you lose time on the racetrack on that harder compound versus if you ran one on, say, soft tires and then went back to mediums? Gavin Morrison, the leader. Landon Beach P2, P3 Ike Clockman, P4 David Pinkston Jr. All these guys still have yet to pit. Pinkston Jr. still has the most tires out of everyone. And he is within spot of lead. Tucker, new fastest lap of the race on those soft tires after that pit stop. Tucker's worked his way back in the top 10 after that pit cycle. Yeah, it looks like Gavin Morrison is going to have to pit one of these times. That left front tire is about to give way on that machine. Yep, and there it comes, 95 on pit road. Landon Beach chooses to stay out. So does Ike Clockman. David Jr. has slipped past Ike Clockman for that P2 spot. So maybe some of these guys trying to one-stop this race. It'll be interesting to see what kind of tire compounds these guys change to. Now, with the points battle for the lead of the points here, Gavin Morrison nipping at the heels of Jay and Tucker. They're only separated by 5 points, and all those 5 points, they've come from bonus points over the season. So if Gavin Morrison he caught the invert, he got 5 bonus points for that. If Tucker doesn't have as great of a day like he's having right now, if he can't turn this race around, then Gavin Morrison could very, very well walk away from the Glen with the points lead heading into the final few races on the GTO's calendar. The 3-car battle here of these cars that have stayed out, I think Ike Clockman will probably have to come in the pit lane this time around. It's looking like that left front tire is getting pretty worn on that car. Battle here between the McKevitt boys rages on. All these guys might be in save mode. The guy with the best tires right now is definitely David Pinkston Jr. Pinkston Jr. still has just under half wear on that left front around the racing mediums. So he might be able to easily make it a couple more laps at least and maybe one-stop this thing. As there he goes, Landon Beach coming on the pit road. Bringing that liquid IV machine in for service. Landon Beach racing machine. Mr. Smith has cycled up in the P6. Peter Braxton back there in P7. Jamin Tucker working the 8th place spot. Pinkston Jr. cycled out in the lead. Let's see where Gavin Morrison has cycled out. He cycled out in P9. Gavin Morrison is out on racing hards. He's going to try to make a run to the end. Could this be the call to win this race? Or could this be the call that loses in the race? It'll be interesting to see what kind of lap times he's able to turn on those hard racing tires. I think a couple other guys landed beach on that hard strategy as well. So a lot of these guys going to run to the end. Board Wharton may be trying to run into the end as well. A lot of these guys on Racing Hards. We've seen Racing Hards come into play for one of the first times. These guys didn't really like to touch them just because of the speed disparity between those and mediums. But the longevity, the one-stop tire could be the thing that turns this around. Because you figure with about a long pit stop, you're going to lose about 30 seconds on pit road. So 30 seconds on pit road. Gavin Morrison's still only 27 seconds off the lead. And everyone in front of him, except for maybe Dante Corrado. Corrado might be able to stay out to the end if he can save enough fuel. Maybe David or Colin McKevitt, all these guys may go to the hard tire as well. It'll be interesting to see what kind of tires these guys go to. But Morrison has been one of the quicker cars this entire weekend. Mr. Smith staying on the racetrack. He cycles up into P3. Tucker cycles up into P4, but Tucker, he's going to have to pit again. Those tires will not last to the end of this race. So unless he wants to stay out there on some absolute dead tires, I think the 99 will have to come to pit road once again for some more service. Now, Jack McKevitt's still out on the racetrack. He will probably see pit road this time around. Dave Pinkston Jr. may be able to go around again. He has been doing an excellent job conserving those racing mediums to still have over a quarter life left in that left front. So I would not be surprised to see the Pinkston Jr. machine stay out one more lap here to hit that halfway point and maybe try to make a shorter run to the end. Running long, some guys running the undercut. Will strategy play out here? See what kind of lap times these guys. So they're running about a 3-second slower lap time on these soft tires or the hard tires versus the fastest lap that Javen Tucker turned on the fresh tire or fresh soft tires. As Crossout Birdie is battling now with Gavin Morrison. Morrison trying to run to the end. Maybe Alberti might try to make those mediums last as well. I think Alberti started on soft, so he should be good with the tire compound swap. Mr. Smith getting service. Mr. Smith making that tire compound change as well. But Tucker has cycled up in the P2. Tucker will most likely have to come to pit road this time around. Those softs are about absolutely dead, and he's got a rearview mirror full of Dante Corrado. Now, Corrado should be able to make it to the end, but here goes Gavin Morrison. Dude, Gavin Morrison has cycled back up in the P4. Gavin Morrison might be able to run down Dante Corrado just based off of sheer pace alone. But yeah, Tucker's left front tire may be completely gone here. I'm not sure. He might. It's going to be really difficult for him to get back to pit road, so keep an eye on this. These two are battling for the points lead right now. I believe Tucker has lost that left front. He's exceptionally slow on the racetrack. He's stuck in the boot right now, losing spot after spot. And he's got a pit. I think Tucker would probably... I'm not sure if he'd be able to make stops last to the end, so he may go back to mediums and just have to go balls to the wall and try to get this thing to the end. As Pinkston Jr. makes it to that halfway point, he is on pit road now. Pinkston Jr. getting that car serviced. He should be able to go to the end. Where will these guys cycle out? Where will Pinkston Jr. cycle out? Pinkston Jr. may beat these guys off of pit road. Here the two hard tire cars come down. As on the out, yes, no, these guys cycle out in front of them. It's going to be close, though. Pinkston Jr. is going to be really close to these guys up front. He merges in just in behind these lead packs, so he could very easily... No, he's on hards, too. Dave Pinkston Jr. changed the hards. He's going to try to run in the end. So all the hard racing tire cars, except for the Crossout Birdie machine, have made their way to the front of the pack. With about It's 15 more laps to go here, so still a good amount of racing to go. What an excellent race this has been so far, but strategy starting to play its role here. Its pit cycle should be about done. You see a couple stragglers come back to pit road. Javen Tucker just pitted that last time around, so he's mired back outside of the... No, he's been 12th right now, but he's on racing mediums. Tucker he's about 32 seconds off of the lead, so I do not think he will be able to trickle his way. May hopefully be able to race his way maybe up into the top 5. Battle for the lead starting to heat up there. Gavin Morrison starting to run back down Dante Corrado, who jumped him in that last pit cycle. We cross out Birdie. Starting to get some time on those medium tires as well. Bird Worden drifts that Caterpillar skid steer car on the pit road out of the 5th place spot, I believe he was. Another question is, does Crossout Birdie have enough fuel to make it to the end? It's going to be close on some of these drivers. But a 1.3 second advantage for the Dante Corrado machine. Birdie's starting to run down these guys up front, maybe just a touch. Landon Beach about 5 seconds off of him, but he's got David Pinkston Jr. starting to run him down. Colin McKevin not too far behind the Pinkston Jr. machine. One car is on softs. That is Colin McKevitt back here in P6. I don't think he'll be able to stretch those softs to the end. But at this point, it's worth the gamble. Tucker's worked his way back into the top 10 and 10th spot. Still about a second advantage between the top 2. Birdie trying to make his presence known. Will he be able to get there before those softs or those mediums tires even out with the hards of the top 2? Now riding along with Crossout Birdie here in the P3 spot. Ooh, Morrison misses the corner there. Opens the door for Crossout Birdie. Birdie able to clip past the Morrison machine. I believe Peter Braxton has had to retire the car from the event. Unfortunate mechanical failure for him ends his night early. Battle going on here for P4 between Landon Beach, David Pinkston Jr. and the oncoming Colin McKevitt. Closing in on our inside 10 laps to go. Oh, contact entering the bus stop between David Pinkston Jr. and Landon Beach. That opens the door for Colin McKevitt to run down these two. Both of them are going for the same piece of real estate going into the bus stop. Here they come down in the boot. This battle rages on here for P4. On up for the pack. Pretty much about the same deficit between the top three. But David Pinkston Jr. trying to make his presence known. See if he can slip past Landon Beach before the end of this thing. Colin McKevitt will most likely have to pit again. I don't think that racing, that left front is most likely going to give out before the end of this event. Ooh, into the wall! Landon Beach makes contact with the outside wall. He's going to lose some spot there. That moves David Pinkston Jr. up into the P4 spot. As Colin McKevitt drifts his car into pit road. Cross out Birdie. Starting to track down these two leaders. Down to 6/10 of a second between the top two. Down to the boot they go. Top three still going at it pretty close to each other as we close into the top last 10 laps to go. On back to the pack. Mostly spread out now, a couple battles here and there. Tucker's moved his way up into 9th spot. Ooh, battle here going on between Isaiah Smith and Board Wharton. Wharton trying to work on clearing that Isaiah Smith machine, and he does off of the carousel. Pass completed for P11 for Board Wharton. Back up through the pack. Race for the lead rages on. Cross out Birdie trying to run down Dante Corrado here for this top spot. 10 laps to go this time around. Closing into the final minutes of this race. 30 minutes into this race, probably around a little over 10, maybe 15 more minutes to go. So still a lot of racing left, still a lot that could happen. Gavin Morrison has fallen off the pace with the leader a little bit there. Morrison is starting to get run down a little bit by David Pinkston Jr. Pinkston Jr. has been setting some pretty quick laps here. Morrison still is within touch of that leader. He does have more gas than these guys. Will Corrado and Cross Alberti have enough fuel to make it to the end? It's going to be about close if these two guys can make it to the end. Gavin Morrison may be in the catbird seat if these guys don't have enough gas. Another take on pit road. It's Mr. Smith here. Tucker's made his way up onto the board. He's in the top 8 now. At Clockman P7 currently. I think those racing mediums on Cross's machine there are starting to equal out with those hard tires. See how worn those medium tires there on the bottom left-hand side of your screen compared to the racing hards of Dante Corrado. Not too terribly much of a difference to our surprise. but definitely feeling the fall off on those mediums a lot more than those racing hards. But will those hards be able to make it to the end? Looks like Morrison has actually done a little bit better of a job conserving those hard tires, but E3 or Dave Pinkston Jr. definitely has the freshest of the hard tires. And he's back here in P4 about 8 seconds off of the lead right now. He's been clocking in some lap times in the 133s. Morrison's been 143, 130, 134, 133, just kind of bouncing back and forth. And the leader, Dante Cross, has been setting some pretty consistent lap times in low 134s, some 133s here and there. The Crossout Birdie's trying to make his way, but I don't think his tires, no way his racing mediums are going to be able to hold out to the end. So that would move Gavin Morrison back up in the P2 spot. Should Crossout Birdie come to pit road again for some more service. Now some of these guys may make a Hail Mary effort here, make a pit stop in the last couple laps and just throw in some softs and go at it. Hope they have enough fuel and try to be able to run down these guys. Ooh, slipping and sliding off of the corner. Now Birdie able to hang on of a big loose moment there. Pinkston Jr. still hanging tough back and forth. Ooh, big slide off of the thing. Landed Beach, drifting it back onto the main course. Yeah, Dante Cross is starting to pull away a little bit now from Crossout Birdie. Working around 7 laps to go. Yeah, these two guys, these top two are not looking good on fuel at all. They're in the same fuel situation. I know Crossout Birdie won't be able to make it on tires, but Dante Corrado and Crossout Birdie might not be able to make enough on fuel. Gavin Morrison, he's going to be close. It's going to be a little iffy to see if that 95 car will be able to make it to the end. If all these guys have the pit, Dave Pinkston Jr., who has a pretty comfortable lead over 5th place, Landon Beach, he could be in the catbird seat if these guys don't get out of pit road ahead of him. And again, that is considering if they took a full tank of gas and everything, where these guys would cycle out. And I'd probably throw on some racing softs if they were to come to pit road and take just enough of a gas to get them to the end. So maybe another lap. Dante Corrado out of the lead. He's coming on the pit road. Dante Corrado out on pit road. So is Crossout Birdie. The top two come to pit road. That cycles Gavin Morrison into the lead. David Pinkston Jr. in the P2, and most likely Landon Beach up in the P3. And they're already off. The sprint to the end has begun here at the Glen. Making their way off. They're probably going to come out on soft tires, if I'm not mistaken, but they're going to be outside of the top 5, and they're going to have a lot of pushing to do here toward the end. Gavin Morrison taking over the lead. He has about 4 seconds advantage to the David Pinkston Jr. machine that's right behind him. Tucker racing hard. Trying to hang on for P6 on those worn mediums, but Dante Corrado out on racing softs trying to get past him. Now this is where you'll see the grip difference between Tucker and Corrado through this carousel onto the boot. This grip should definitely be able to look at him shaving the tents off. Excellent run off of the carousel for the Corrado machine. Here he comes down into the boot. Some contact made. They bump, they bang. Corrado slips in front of Tucker. Tucker's probably not too happy about that, but Corrado said, move out of the way. I have to make my move to the front. Corrado cannot waste any time back here with these guys. If Gavin Morrison can make it in, he's got to make up 22 seconds. and that's without fall off. Now these racing soft tires are around 3 seconds a lap faster, so it's going to be close, folks, if he can make it to that leader of Gavin Morrison. But catching him is one thing, passing him another, and he's got about 5 or 6 cars he's got to work his way past, as we got a hell of a battle going on here for P5 between Landon Beach and Ike Clockman here. Honda versus Nissan action here inside the top 5. Gavin Morrison continues to lead. 5 more laps to go. Cross out Birdie. He fitted Persats there. Softs about a lap or two ago as well with Dante Corrado. So he's got some ground to make up. Will these guys be able to do it? Was that the strategy call? Or will they get mired back in traffic? And these guys like Gavin Morrison and David Pinkston Jr. be able to stay out? Ooh, I hear someone spinning there. I'm not sure who that was. And it looks like it was the Atlanta Beach machine. He's got some front end damage to that thing. That allows for Ike Clockman to move his way up into P4. Ike Clockman, an excellent run tonight by him. So is Jack McKevitt. McKevitt up onto the podium now. He can hang on to it. Just a loose moment there. 4 more laps to go here at the Glen. Morrison currently leading. Looking to make it 3 wins in a row. What a breakout season this has been for Gavin Morrison. Can he complete it here tonight at the Glen? He's going to be struggling for gas and for tires here, though. It's going to be close. Dave Pinkston Jr. should be able to make it to the end. So if Gavin Morrison, he may need to save a little bit, but can't save too much because, man, he's got Dave Pinkston Jr. just behind him. And Pinkston Jr. is setting his fastest sectors of the race at the moment. There's a lap car of, I believe who that's that back there. That is Yachtman there and P13 between Gavin Morrison and the second place car, David Pinkston Jr. So that could come into play if Pinkston Jr. can work up some pace to track down Gavin Morrison here. Pass going on here for P5. Corrado on those fresh racing softs has made his way into the top 5. Braxton Marshall lap car moves out of the way for the faster traffic. Corrado making fast work of these cars back there in the pass. He has already caught Ike Clockman here for that P4 spot. So Clockman, he's only 18 seconds back. This could be doable. Could Corrado, if he can get past these guys in the top 5, he could be up there with the top couple few if he can get this thing done. It's going to be interesting to see if he can make it there. Now the lead battle is starting to close in a little bit. Pinkston Jr. has been able to knock off about 5/10. But will it be enough? The hard charging Dante Corrado, though, slips past Ike Clockman for P4. Down to 17 seconds between him and the leaders. Clockman slides in behind the Corrado machine. This is it. This is the pace. This is the run, the sprint to the end here at the Glen. Who can get it done? Can Corrado get up there in time? He's been setting some laps times about 2 seconds a lap faster than these other guys. It may not be fast enough, but you take a look at the lead. Look at the differential. Pinkston Jr. has knocked off about a second in the last couple laps of that lead. Now we're coming to 2 to go here. 2 to go at the Glen. Does Gavin Morrison have enough gas? It's going to be close. 2 to go from the flag stand. 2.4 second advantage for Gavin Morrison. Can he hang on to get 3 wins in a row here? But David Pinkston Jr. looking for his, I believe his 3rd win on the season, or 3rd or 4th win on the season. Can he steal another one here tonight? 2.6 second advantage. Gavin Morrison in the red. Will he have enough gas? It's going to be super close. All bets are off. It can come all down to this. Dante Corrado still around 60 seconds back. It looks like his run is starting to stall out. Those racing softs may have been worked a little bit too hard. Still a lot of track for Gavin Morrison to negotiate and not a lot of fuel to do it with. David Pinkston Jr. is starting to run him down. You can hear the saving going on in that number 95 car. With 2 laps to go, it all comes down to this. Between these two, Dave Pinkston Jr., Gavin Morrison. Couple more turns to go to get the white flag. The white flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go into Glen. Does Gavin Morrison have enough in the tank? Can he make it back home? 2 second advantage for the Gavin Morrison machine if he can make it back around. A nail biter. The fans are on their feet all around this beautiful road course. Can Gavin Morrison complete the 3-peat, 3 wins in a row, and his 4th on the season? Or will David Pinkston Jr., who's got the lead down the... David Pinkston Jr. is running low on gas too. Will both of the leaders be able to make it? Or will Jack McKevitt be able to get up there? One lap car in between the 2 leaders. Gavin Morrison trying the best he can to save. 1.8 seconds now between the top 2. After 46 minutes of racing, it all comes down to this. Still a lot of corners to go. 4 more turns for the Gavin Morrison machine. Does he have enough? Does David Pinkston Jr. have enough? Can they make it to the end running on fumes? 1 left-hander to go. 2 more turns to go for Gavin Morrison. We can barely see enough gas in the tank. 1 more turn to go. The checkered flag is in the air. On to the final straight. Here they come to the line. Gavin Morrison completes the 3-peat at Watkins Glen. David Pinkston Jr. comes up P2 in an amazing finish. Jack McKevitt running on fumes. He crosses the line. Dante Corrado worked his way at the P4, P5, Ike Clockman, P6, Cross Alberti. P7, Colin McKevitt. P8 will be the Landon Beach machine. P9, it looks like it's gonna be... Can Javen Tucker finish it? Smith has a run. Here they come to the stripe. Javen blocks him. It's a photo finish for 9th place. Javen Tucker gets P9. Mr. Smith, P10 in his first ever GTO start. Board Wharton will come around to finish P11. Isaiah Smith, P12. Yatman in his first ever start, P13. P14, Braxton Martian, and Peter Braxton, 15th. But Gavin Morrison, your winner. Let's talk to the winner here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up tonight's winner. Gavin Morrison. Gavin Morrison, the 3-peat has been concluded here, running on absolute fumes. How are you able to get that win done here tonight?
It felt great. Finished the race with 0.1 laps of fuel left. I'm just glad the mediums lasted for as long as I did, and I was able to save enough. It sucks that some people got spun on the first lap, and I made up a lot of positions in the first lap. I think I made up 8 or 9.
But man, congratulations. What a race here tonight, man. Well, you had to be doing just about everything you could do to save. What all were you doing there to try to save and balance managing the gap between you and Pinkston Jr. there at the end?
I short shifted every single uh, corner, and as soon as it hit a quarter of the way, I shifted up, and I was coasting 150.
Well, congratulations on the amazing win tonight. That should grab you the points lead. And man, what an amazing season so far from you. Congratulations. There he is celebrating in the victory lane. Gavin Morrison up 13 spots from the start of this race. Let's talk to the P2 star or finisher, David Pinkston Jr. What's up, David? Man, P2, but what a race. You almost had Gavin Morrison there at the end. Both of y'all running on fumes. How was that race for you?
I figured out pretty early on not to go too wide on exit, and it helped me save a lot of tire to jump a lot of people on pit strategy. So I was able to go further into the run and make up time on that. Probably took too much fuel. I probably would have been a little bit closer to Gavin if I had taken just a little bit less fuel.
Well, congratulations on the P2 tonight. That should definitely help you out in the points. Let's talk to the third place finisher. Let's see if we can dial him up. Jack McKevitt. Let's see if we can find him here. Talk to one more driver. That's not. What's up, Jack? You're all. What's up, Jack? You finished P3 here tonight. How was the race for you, and how are you able to get that P3 spot?
It was pretty good. Started on the mediums, stretched them out enough where pitted about halfway, and didn't have to save any fuel, and went on hards, and then got to the end.
Congratulations on that podium here tonight. Let's take a look at the final finishing order here from the night. Gavin Morrison, 4th win on the season, and 3 in a row. An amazing night for Gavin. Continues a really, really great season. P2, Dave Pinkston Jr. P3, Jack McKevitt. P4, Dante Corrado. P5, Ike Gluckman. P6, Crossout Birdie. P7 will be Colin McKevitt. P8 will be Landon Beach. P9, Actually, P9 should be Javen or P8. Javen Tucker's in somewhere in there. It's a little glitched out. But then on board Wharton, Isaiah Smith, Yachtman, Braxton Marshall, Peter Braxton, and Javen Tucker, who we also got the fast lap. So Javen Tucker was the points leader. Probably not after tonight. He has been in a little bit of a slump here. Will he be able to turn it around? But the battle heating up in this race and in the points. But what an amazing night here at the Glen. Thank you all for watching so much. We hope you had an amazing Easter once again, and we hope to see you all for the next GTO event. Thanks you all for watching. Congrats to tonight's winner, the 3-peat. Gavin Morrison gets it done at the Glen.